Good afternoon, January 5th. Out spreading some manure, and I hauled some piles here last week. Didn't get a chance to get them spread. We've had some really unseasonably warm weather. Top of the piles are froze just a little bit, but I'm gonna get this manure done right now. Usually this is work I do in the spring, but if I got a chance to do it right now, I'll do it. I should have been doing it the last couple days, but man, between Christmas and New Year's, I lost a good buddy of mine to cancer, Joe. He was on a few of the videos with me over the summer. He was running the square baler for me and running the hay rake with the old John Deere 60. And so I was helping his wife take care of him. He died at home New Year's morning. And my girlfriend's mother at 86 died unexpectedly. So funerals and stuff all weekend. So yeah, Christmas, holiday, and New Year's was a season of loved ones passing for me. But got through that. So yeah, this manure spreader here, let me show you what I got. I spread lime with it. Cleared it out, but you know, all the lime from the sides fell down in here into the chain. But I got it. It's like right around 32, 33 right now. So I got it kind of broke free. And get some spreading done here. Got the disc unhooked off the 2705. Everything's working pretty good. Probably spreading about 6 yards per load. You know, I kind of decide how much manure I have and based on the acreage. So getting a little bit over an acre per load. So probably doing about 8,000 to 9,000 pounds of manure per acre. You know, each yard is about, I estimate, about 1,500 pounds. So, you know, I've tested the manure. I mean, this here has a lot of, this one load had a lot of hay in it. That ain't worth a damn. A little bit of sawdust in that load, but most of the pen packed or even composted stuff, it tests out about the same. There's no practical difference between it, except maybe a little bit less water, more dry matter in the composted stuff. But I don't know if it's really worth your time, spend money composting stuff that much. Just get it out on the field and spread it. It all, you know, none of my stuff ever comes close to being close to book values. Got a little bit of wind out here. This stuff here, composted, you know, broken down pretty darn good. So, you know, have some value to it. Generally, though, I put about 3 yards per acre. This is a new seeding, so I'm kind of doubling that. And I was able to get a bunch of manure here. Okay, it's looking like winter time. Starting to have trouble seeing where I spread. Alright, I don't like getting out of this tractor. I got heat. Heat's not really blowing much in that tractor. About gonna wrap it up for tonight here. Just about done, but yeah, got quite a bit of wind right now. Okay, about done for the night. I'm letting that clean out. See my pattern here, but I generally put about 2 to 3 yards on per acre, which I figure about a yard of manure or compost is around 1,500 pounds. That's kind of what I weighed it at when I run my trailer over the scale at the gravel pit. And I noticed that's a manageable amount that I get on a lot of acreage. You know, here I'm doing about a 20-foot spread. And when I don't heap the spreader, I only put about 3 yards in at a time. That upper beater does really throw and do a pretty good pattern. You know, it doesn't seem to be a problem. It really spreads it nice and fine and breaks it up really good. I do notice when I over apply and and, you know, really put it on heavier than that, I don't really see an appreciable yield bump at all. So, you know, I don't know if that's the, you know, this is mostly pen pack stuff, so I'm sure, you know, probably because there's a lot of fiber in there, some straw, some hay. Well, you know, I don't have straw because I'm not actually feeding in a pen or feedlot, but, you know, around the round bale feeders where I collect the hay, and from some of the horse farms I get it, you do get hay in there, things like that. Once in a while I spread horse manure, it's got sawdust in it. If I had a lot of sawdust and straw, I would not incorporate the manure, unless you know, put it on in the fall like this. You incorporate it, it'll rob you of your nitrogen pretty darn quick. But I figure I don't get a big yield bump if I go more than 2 to 3 tons an acre, because just the imbalance, the lack of nitrogen. You know, there's not much nitrogen in this at all. I suppose if you got good raw collected, like dairy barn manure, pure manure, you're gonna get a lot better, you know, nutrition values on your manure. You know, you'll get those book values where it says cow manure, you know, for, you know, 14 pounds of potassium or something per 100 or whatever they say. But you don't get that out of this pen pack stuff. You're about 1%, 1%, 1%. I've you know, thought about maybe toying around buying potash, but you know, on a year like this where we lost a lot of hay and had a hard time getting out to get hay baled, you'd have to have a lot of capital behind you to go and spend thousands, you know, tens of thousands on fertilizer for hay in a year like this, and you know, and with the risk associated with that, you might not make that money back that you have to put up front. So I don't know, the manure is cheaper to get. You don't get as much yield unless you can, you know, I guess, but I'm generally happy with about 2.5 to 3 tons per acre per year on a decent stand that's got a good amount of alfalfa in it. You know, I think this year we're lucky just get 2 cuttings on my better fields to get that 2.5 tons per acre. This, you know, I think national average is about 2.5 tons per acre on just general hay ground in general. You know, the alfalfa, you know, the good alfalfa producers are probably 5 to 6 tons per acre nowadays. We got some guys here in Michigan, you know, doing baleage and stuff. They can get 5 cuttings a year if the year's right. But I was talking to one guy up in the Thumb area. He got half the yield this year, and he does 1,000 acres. So that'd be one hell of a fertilizer bill. Corn and beans are kind of creeping up in price, and probably going to see fertilizer go up quite a bit towards spring. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'm going to call it a night. Again, I got some work done tonight that I usually would have to wait till the spring to do. And I think I'm going to get the rest of this field tomorrow if it doesn't get too cold tonight. All right, thanks for tuning in. Happy New Year, everybody.